Hello, Tucker with McCrazy Fit, and we're doing a full body Pilates workout, mostly beginning movements with intermediate movements in there as well. Of course, there's always opportunity for modifications in the movements, so I'll go over those as they come up. I'll begin sitting down, feet flat on the mat, about a grapefruit size space in between my feet. Feet, knees, inside of the hip bones are all about in a line. Scoot the butt up a little bit and roll on back. Head's flat on the mat, nose pointed up to the ceiling, shoulders down away from the ears so shoulders aren't scrunching up. Lower belly's tight. And we'll begin with the neutral series, bringing one leg up into tabletop and down, and the other leg and down. Now the neutral series just prepares us for the workout, gets the core muscles activated, beginning by focusing on a stable spine, stable hips. And breathing at a comfortable pace. So with the lower belly tight, we'll be expanding the side ribs with the breath rather than raising the belly or the chest. And now one leg up, bring the other to meet it. First one down, and the second one down. Repeating that sequence, starting on the other side. One leg up, next one up, down, and down. And continuing, alternating the legs throughout the sequence. Still breathing, belly's tight. Put my palm on my belly from time to time to make sure it's not rising or rounding up on these movements. And breathing at a comfortable pace. Checking to make sure my shoulders aren't scrunching up to my head or that I'm pressing my head into the mat to try to gain leverage. Next time I get both legs up, keep them there. One leg out straight and back. And the other out straight and back. And as we go through these sequences of movements, if any feel uncomfortable, then we could always just go back to a previous movement that did feel comfortable. So I'm trying to sequence these movements together for allow for that. And keep the leg out straight, lower down to the mat, and back up. And alternate. Continuing to breathe, I'm exhaling out and inhaling as the leg comes back in. Or for a slower version, exhale out, inhale, exhale back in, and inhale. Let's go one more on each side. And then we'll bring the knees in, letting the lower back sink into the mat. And back to start. Lower belly tight, one leg up, straight up, flex foot, sweep it down, point the toe, sweep back up, flex, and point back up. Continuing to breathe here. Spine stable, hips are stable, so hips aren't swishing up and down as the leg moves, especially as the leg comes up. My tailbone wants to tuck under, avoiding that. Two more. Bring it in with the leg tabletop, straight up, foot flexed, sweep it down, point the toe, sweep it back up. And breathing at a comfortable pace here. One more. flex down, point it up, and back in. Now I'll move into a pelvic curl, excuse me, a pelvic tilt. So pointing the tailbone forward, flexing in the lower half of the glutes, or the lower third of the glutes here. So using the lower third to imprint the spine, tailbone forward, and back to start. Exhale, tailbone points forward, flex in the lower third of the glutes, and back to start. A few more of those. Great, we'll step it up a degree in difficulty. Abs still flexed, both legs up in the tabletop. And now going in the pelvic tilt, so flexing the bottom third of the glute, lower back imprints in the mat, and back to start. Exhale, pelvic tilt, and back to start. Kind of imagining my knees being pulled up as I go into the pelvic tilt to avoid sending them out. Two more. And knees down, back to start. Now I'll scoop the heels in a little closer and go into articulating bridge. An articulating bridge would start with the pelvic tilt and then curl up, exhaling up, inhaling at the top with a quick pause, and exhale back down. Inhale at the bottom, exhale pelvic tilt, curling up. Pause at the top to inhale, exhale back down. One more, and this time I'll stay up at the top. Belly tight, hips stable, one leg up in the tabletop, and down. Other leg, and down. And continuing in that sequence, not letting the hips drop, also not overextending at the top. And also being mindful of the shoulders and the neck. I'm not scrunching the shoulders up towards the ears, putting undue pressure on the neck or head. One more, and we'll roll on down. And take a moment to make sure everything's still in line. Inhale, exhale to come back up. Pelvic tilt, curling up. One leg in a tabletop, up straight, flex to sweep down, point to sweep up. Very similar to the movement from before. Just up in a bridge position will give a greater range of movement here for the leg and ultimately for the hips. Two more. And foot down, rolling all the way down. Pausing for a moment, inhale, exhale, pelvic tilt, rolling up. Other leg in the tabletop, straight, foot flexed, and pointed, sweep back up. Two more. Breathing at a comfortable pace here. Inhaling, exhaling back up. Foot down, exhale to slowly roll down. This time, left ankle goes on the right knee up in the tabletop for a glute stretch. And I can gently pull in on the left knee for a little deeper stretch. And down, now right ankle, left knee, left up in the tabletop, and gently pull in for a little deeper stretch. And feet down. This time we'll bring the feet a little farther away and go into an ab prep. So that's curling from kind of this lower chest area, head, shoulders, upper back, kind of lift off the mat in unison. So the belly tight, exhale, ab prep, little energy coming out of the arms here, almost like the arms are being pulled down, and back up. And exhale, inhale back down. So chin stays a little bit tucked here, so it's not falling behind, also not leading too much, just all together, lifting up like the arms are being pulled. 2 more of those. Now we'll get the arms involved. Arms straight up, coming up overhead, and down. And again, coming up overhead, and down. Inhaling as the arms come up, exhaling down. And now this time, as the arms come down, when they get to perpendicular, going into our ab prep. From here, pelvic tilt all the way up and rolling back down. So again, inhale, exhale, ab prep. You can stop to inhale at this point. Pelvic tilt, exhaling all the way up. Inhale and exhale for back down. So that's a little longer breathing pattern. One more time, exhale, ab prep, pause to inhale, slight pelvic tilt, exhale all the way up, and inhale back down. Quicker breathing method, inhale, exhaling all the way up, and inhale at the top, exhale back down. 2 more. This time up, let's stay up. Arms come behind, fingers pointed back. Little chest stretch, so I'll be inhaling, lifting the chest up to the sky, imagining filling the upper chest with air. And back to start. And again, inhale. Inhale, lift chest to the sky. And exhale, 1 more. And come back to sitting straight up. Now this time, half roll down, so we're rolling down, kind of curling in a C shape here, imagining that the chest bone's kind of being pulled back. Then hinge at the hips and back up to straight. Exhale. And back up. Again, inhale, exhale, pause for a moment to inhale, and exhale back up. Last one, let's stay here. 1 leg in a tabletop, and down, another leg. And down. Energy coming out of the hands, shoulders pulled down away from the ears. One more on each side. Scoop and back up. And let's get a stretch in the lats. Left arm goes over to the outside of the right foot, keeping this arm floppy so it's not flexed up and over. Nice and floppy. Then I can press down on the foot as if I'm pressing on a gas pedal to open up the side of the back, the lat area. And the other way, so right arm outside the left foot, arm relaxed, gently pulling, pushing down. And we'll straighten the legs. And the feet can come a little bit wider, sitting up straight. Our arms out in front and rotating from this kind of lower chest area, mid-thoracic spine. Try to keep the hips stable. Exhale to rotate. Inhale back to start. Exhale. Inhale. One more each way. And arms down. Let's roll the shoulders a little bit. Bring the feet out a little wider. Still sitting up straight, arms in front. Rotate. This time, opposite hand goes to the outside of the foot, other arm straight back. Back up to start and rotate, and the other way. Exhaling. So try not to hinge at the hips here, but almost doing more of an ab prep from before, over to the toe rather than hinging at the hip. So rotate, ab prep, and back to start. One more each way. And relax the arms, roll the shoulders out again. This time I'll come on my side. Top leg over the bottom leg and in front of it. Now this could be done from the forearm here. I'm gonna go up on an arm. So the forearm would be here. I'm going all the way up, strong in the shoulder, bending the hips down towards the mat and back up to start. Exhale, or inhale up, excuse me. Exhaling down, inhale up. Tighten the belly, strong in the shoulder so I'm not sagging. And I'll add an arm, so arm goes straight out to the side. As I come up, arm comes up and over, scooping over and back to start. Exhale. Two more. And back down. Bring the feet in, sit up straight, arm comes over for a side stretch. add on a little deeper in this stretch by gently turning my body, my palm of my hand towards the mat. And switching sides. So again, could be on the forearm here. I'm up, fingers pointed out. Coming up, trying to keep the body straight, knees, hips, hand in line. Bending towards the mat and back up. Inhale down, exhale up. One more, let's add an arm down at the side, sweeping up. Two more. And gently down, bring the legs in. Arm over for a side stretch. A gentle twist. Great. And on to a 4-point stance. Hand fully contacting the mat, all 5 fingers. Knees under the hips. And I'll send one arm out straight in the opposite leg. And back to start. And the other arm, another leg. Back to start. I'm keeping the belly tight here, not sinking down. Trying not to rock side from side as I switch arms and legs. And imagine I have ropes tied to my wrist and ankle. They're very, very gently being pulled out. And now, if this was too much, we could do just arms or just legs. One more each way. Back to start. Now we're going up into a plank. Again, I'm on my hands. Could also do on the forearms. Hands contacting the mat, strong in the shoulders, so I'm not sinking in between my scapula. One leg up, other leg up. First one down, second one down, repeating that, starting on the other leg. Up, down, down, up, up, down, down. Breathing at a comfortable pace here. Let's do one more. And then we'll sink into child's pose. And back to a 4-point stance. This time going out on both feet. I'm bringing one foot out to the outside of the mat, the other foot to the outside of the other side, and back to center. And then starting the other foot. In, out, out, in, out, out, in. Still breathing, belly's tight, shoulders strong. And this can be done on forearms as well. One more. Knees down, and we'll sink into child's pose again. And this time for an additional stretch in the lat, I'm going to walk the right hand over to the left side of the mat. And then the left hand walks over to the right side of the mat. And let's come flat on the belly. Arms to the sides, palm facing the body. Head resting on the mat, mind's up so I can talk. But we'll start keeping the head down and just raising the shoulders off the mat, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and back to start. Squeezing the shoulder blades, and back to start. Head staying on the mat, chest staying on the mat. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale, back to start. Let's add on to that. So squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the head, shoulders, upper chest off the mat, and back to start. A little bit of energy here coming out of the fingertips, keeping the shoulders down, away from the ears. Squeeze, lifting off, and back. Exhale up. Inhale back down. Two more. And now leaving the upper body alone, moving down to the legs. I'm going to flex my quads. That'll gently lift the kneecaps off the ground. And then using the glutes, kind of the bottom part of the glutes, upper part of the hamstring, lifting the leg off the mat, keeping it straight and back down. And the other leg, exhaling up, inhaling down, keeping the leg straight. Only needs to come about 4 or 5 inches off the ground. Really focusing on lifting with the glute rather than lower back or bottom part of the leg. One more on each side. And now we'll put that all together, upper body included. So exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the chest off the mat, one leg comes up, and back to start. And then the other leg, squeezing the shoulder blades, chest comes up, other leg comes up, and down. One more on each side. And rest, and let's push into child's pose for a final time. And coming in now, seating position. I'm on my knees. I do legs crossed on the bottom anyway. And finish off with a few stretches, so one arm on the mat, other arm sweeps over. And back, and the other way. And one more time. This time rotating the palm towards the mat. Gentle spine rotation in the other way. And back to start. Let's bring the hands out, thumbs out, open the chest. When they get open the hands for an additional stretch to the hand and the wrist, all through the arm and the chest, and back to start. Again, thumbs out, opening the chest, open the hands. And back to start. Arms still out to the sides, gently letting the ear fall to the shoulder. Inhale, exhale, back to start. And the other way. That'll be the end of the workout. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss another one. And head on over to my Pilates playlist, find the workout that's right for you. I'll see you there.